I'm John Going.
And I'm Michelle Going. We have 4 original girls, and we have 2 new children that have come into our lives, so 6 total. Our oldest is 21, and she's in college at Madison. And then we have a 17-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old, another 7-year-old, and a 2-year-old who's going to be 3 in a week. We ended up taking on the two children when, in September of 2017, I received a call that my cousin died. And I was talking to my children about that she had died, and my youngest at the time, my 10-year-old, she was 8 at the time, said, "Well, Mom, we have a big enough house, and we have a very loving family. We should invite them here." So I reached out to the dad, and I said, "If you need anything with the children, let us know." And then 2 days later, we received the call that he had taken my cousin's life. John and I then reached out to my aunt and my cousin's dad and said if they needed any help with the kids that we would help. And they, I think, called us a little bit later and asked if we would take the children. We both felt like this was our purpose, that God was, bringing them into our lives, and that we were capable to help, and this was our bigger thing in life, to help them out.
We kind of thought it'd be almost wrong not to take on the challenge, the opportunity.
It's, I think the hardest part with taking them, because bringing them, there's a lot of trauma, so there's a lot of counseling and support groups and like camps and other therapies and just a lot of going around. So there's a lot of spending, time with the 2 new ones. And for us, I think the hardest thing that we found is that the girls, the original girls, it's harder on them, a lot harder than when we thought. They're great, but they also want Mom and Dad, and I didn't realize that they kind of had a loss because they're losing part of us. They're losing some of our time. I think that watching them sometimes hurt, that for me has been eye-opening, that anybody walking into our house, I don't think would realize what you go through to watch all of your kids, and they all suffer in a different way. Sometimes I feel like that we had it so easy in a way before, and then, it just maybe I feel like God made me appreciate more of what we do have, and what, the kids, that they're all healthy, and...
Yeah, not only that, but also what we can offer, I think.
Right.
I mean, obviously he knew that we had more to offer.
Right.
Even at times we don't know if we do.
Right, yeah.
But through all of it, I think it's having, our faith in Christ, and does help ground us and help us get through some of those hard days. Because we know in the end it's we're doing the right thing. Mm-hmm. And no matter what the challenges are, we're able to kind of be guided through it. I would say, actually, one of the things I've noticed that you even talk about praying more than you ever have prior to all of this happening. So I think that's a big change in our spiritual lives, I guess.
Right. Surprisingly, one of the hugest things is Maddie and Max didn't go to church, ever. And then Maddie's she loves church. She loves her class. For her, I think it's been amazing with God, and she does talk about God, and she said she was teaching Max about Jesus, and she you know, she really, I think, that's been great for her. I think for that too, for us, like, with Hope Church, it's more of a community. Like, I feel like there's support, and we have help, and it just helps, I think, to ground us.